folks, Ursula here again with another story from the Storybook Treasury. Today we'll be reading Stormy the Seahorse, which is one of my personal favorites. Ariel, the Little Mermaid, loved her freedom. Whenever she got a chance, she liked to go explore old shipwrecks or go up to the surface of the sea to look at the world above her. One day, she asked her sisters to come along. "Hey, you three," Ariel called. "Do you want to go exploring?" "No, thanks, Ariel," said Aquata. "We have things to do." "Like our hair," giggled Andrina. "And our nails," added Arista. Ariel's sisters couldn't understand why she always wanted to see new things. There were already lots of nice things right inside the palace. Ariel left her sisters and found her friend Flounder. "Sure, I'll go exploring with you," said Flounder. "Let's try the royal stables. I've heard they have a wild new seahorse. Want to check it out?" "Oh, yes," said Ariel excitedly. "He's beautiful," Ariel said as soon as she saw the seahorse. "What's his name?" "We call him Stormy because he's a wild one," answered the royal seahorse trainer. "You be careful with him, princess. We don't want you getting hurt now." "He just wants to be free," said Ariel. "Don't you, Stormy?" Stormy nuzzled Ariel's hands. "That fella's not going free," said Ralph. "The king wants him trained." Ariel went directly to her father, King Triton, and asked him to let her learn to ride Stormy. "Absolutely not," roared King Triton. "That seahorse is too wild." That night, Ariel tried again. "Daddy," she asked, "if Sebastian were to come with me, would you let me take the seahorse riding lessons?" "Sebastian," the king said, laughing. "I don't think Sebastian would like that very much." "But with Sebastian watching me," Ariel continued, "wouldn't you let me ride Stormy?" "Stormy!" cried King Triton. "I already told you, Ariel, you are forbidden to go near that dangerous seahorse." "Oh, Flounder," Ariel said later in her room. "Daddy never lets me do anything." "Come on, Ariel," said Flounder. "There are plenty of fun things we can do without a giant seahorse." "I'm not thinking about us, Flounder," Ariel said sadly. "I'm thinking about poor Stormy. I bet that if he could go exploring with us, he'd be much happier." Meanwhile, King Triton was talking to Sebastian. "What should I do with Ariel?" King Triton lamented. "Everything I do upsets her. I only want her to be safe." "Your Majesty, if I may be so bold," said Sebastian, "perhaps you can let the girl visit the seahorse without riding him." "Maybe you're right," the king said with a sigh, "but I'll depend on you to look after her." Thought Sebastian. As soon as he left King Triton, "If I know that girl, she's sneaking over to the seahorse stables right now. I'd better hurry over there before she gets in trouble." But as Sebastian scuttled toward the seahorse stables, he didn't pay attention to what he was stepping on. "Hey!" cried a clam. "We're trying to sleep here. What's the big idea?" The cranky clams were so angry that they shoved Sebastian right into Stormy's stall. "Ah!" cried Sebastian. "No!" cried Stormy. But Ariel showed up and calmed Stormy down. "Ariel," said Sebastian, "I don't think this is a good idea. Your father will be—" But Ariel had already saddled the wild seahorse and was riding off. Sebastian raced after Ariel and Stormy, but he couldn't keep up with the powerful seahorse. Frantically, he looked out over the seascape to see if he could see the Little Mermaid. "Something wrong, Sebastian?" came a deep voice behind him. Sebastian whirled around. "Wrong?" Sebastian repeated. "Why, no, Your Majesty, no. Oh, yes, there is. Ariel's ridden off on Stormy." "Stormy!" cried the king. "Where's my royal seahorse? I must go after her." It didn't take King Triton very long to find Ariel and bring her back to the palace. After putting Stormy in the royal stables, the king turned to Ariel. "You are to never go near that seahorse again," cried King Triton, "not even for visits. He's too dangerous." "But Daddy," said Ariel. "That's final, Ariel," the king said. But Ariel couldn't stop thinking about Stormy. She knew he was a good seahorse, but that he'd never be happy in captivity. She knew that she needed to set him free, so that night she snuck out to the royal stables once again. Sebastian, who knew the Little Mermaid all too well, was watching the stables in case Ariel tried to sneak in and see Stormy again. "Come on, Stormy," Ariel whispered as she climbed on his back, but Stormy reared up and whinnied when he felt Ariel in the saddle. "Ariel!" Sebastian cried, but she had already galloped away on the wild seahorse. "Your Majesty," Sebastian yelled as soon as he reached the royal palace. "Wake up! It's Ariel! She's run away with that seahorse, Stormy." "I've already saddled up your seahorse for you, King Triton," said the royal seahorse trainer who had followed Sebastian. "If we start right away, we might be able to catch them." King Triton and Ralph galloped off while Sebastian and Flounder followed behind. "Me? Ride a seahorse?" asked Sebastian. "Oh, no, I don't ride seahorses." "Stop talking and hang on," cried Flounder. "Come on, Sebastian. We gotta save Ariel." Stormy had been so frightened when he and Ariel left the stables that he had gone straight to his wilderness home. "Stormy, wait," Ariel cried. "I can't go there." Stormy whinnied wildly. He knew he was close to home, but he was still spooked. "Stormy," Ariel pleaded, "please stop. I have to rest." Ariel gently stroked Stormy's neck, and he finally slowed enough to let her get off. "Hey, boy," Ariel said, soothing to Stormy. "Let's just rest here for a while." Stormy nuzzled Ariel's hand, and they settled down on the ocean floor. Ariel climbed up on a ledge and soon fell fast asleep. Little did they know they were being watched by two seahorse traders trying to capture the powerful seahorse. As soon as Stormy saw the seahorse traders, he whinnied wildly and galloped off. "After him!" yelled one of the traders. Ariel woke up. "Stormy!" she cried as she frantically began swimming after Stormy and his pursuers. Ariel swam as fast as she could, but she couldn't keep up with the horses. Soon she lost sight of them. "Stormy, where are you?" she cried out. Then Ariel heard a whinny off in the distance. Quickly she came toward the sound. Stormy was tied to a sea tree while the two seahorse traders sat nearby eating their supper. "Shh," Ariel said to Stormy. "I'll get us out of this." Quickly, the Little Mermaid untied Stormy and climbed up in his saddle. "Come on, boy, let's go," she whispered. Stormy galloped wildly away with Ariel on his back. He didn't even notice that he passed too closely under a sea vine. Ariel hit her head and was knocked off Stormy's back. "Ariel!" cried King Triton. He arrived just in time to catch the Little Mermaid as she fell toward the ocean floor. Stormy galloped off while King Triton carried Ariel home on his royal seahorse. Back at the royal palace, Ariel recovered fully. Flounder and Sebastian were keeping her company when King Triton came in to visit her. "Daddy, I'm sorry," Ariel said. "You were right. It was dangerous to ride Stormy." "And you were right too," King Triton replied. "Come with me. I want to show you something." King Triton carried his daughter outside the palace. Just beyond the gates was Stormy. "He must have come back to see if you were okay," King Triton said. "You were right, Ariel. He is a good seahorse, and because of that, I'm letting him go free, just as you wished." Then, as Ariel and King Triton looked on, Stormy turned towards Ariel to give one last whinny and galloped happily off into the sea. Thanks for tuning in.